Why you say you single now?
Cause I'm not sure a man would take care of me or take care of my kids. So I'm gonna stay by myself and take care of myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna help take care of my mama because she took care of me. My dad had passed on. So my mama called me before she died. I didn't know the doctor and told her she gonna die, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
unless she died. So
So you had made up your mind to just be single because you said you wasn't gonna take care of no man.
yeah, and I gonna take care of my mama. Then you get ready to do something for your kids or help somebody like my mama that was sick down with cancer. They be hollering every time we ain't ever got no money. Although them old kids always want something. Their mama wanting this and that. So I said, I ain't gonna hear that.
Right.
My mama said, I call you to tell you how thankful I am for you taking care of me. Said, and my sister lived with her. She said, you really took care of me, and I thank you for it.
Mm-hmm.
She said, you didn't only take care of me, she said, you took care of your sister too. I said, well, Mama, she had to stay home and take care of you. I had to work and I couldn't stay. She said, you took care of both of us. And she said, you was always the best kid. She said, I never did have to whoop you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She said, I never did have to whoop. And said, when I left the kids to see after each other, the reason I come home, I would ask you what went on there today. Did any kids slip off and go where they ain't supposed to go? So you never would tell a lie. If I asked the rest of them, they get scared and tell a lie, but you never would.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you said, Mama, yeah, they left. And so when me and my sister got 13, we decided that we gonna quit playing when Mama gone to work every day. She had to walk to work, walk back home. And we said, she tired. So when Mama come home, she had a big porch. I used to like to plant her flowers around the porch because she loved flowers and you could smell them when you walk on the porch. She walked on the porch and sat down, and me and my sister, my older sister, she said, I'm going to start cooking, and you start cleaning. When Mama come home from work, the food was on the table in the kitchen, she was cooking, and I had done cleaned up the front part of the house while she was cleaning the kitchen, and I was planting her some flowers. And I done mowed her yard. I mowed every evening with a push mower because I never did let her yard grow up. And I kept the weeds out of flowers and kept them watered, and they were beautiful flowers. And she said, the only thing she hated, she never was for taking pictures. She hated it. When we got grown and left home, she didn't have a picture of her house to show how her house really looked. She said she walked in it every day. It smelled so clean in there.
Mm-hmm.
And she said she loved sitting on the porch. And
So all the power was with the men. Women didn't have no authority, no right,
you couldn't
nothing.
smoke. Your husband, they could smoke. Women had to sneak in the basement somewhere and hide and smoke.
And you said about the credit.
You couldn't get no credit unless your husband agreed to. And I know a woman told me she was so glad they passed that law. Said she couldn't get nothing on credit nowhere, so he just wouldn't pay no bills. But she couldn't get it without him saying it's okay. And he wouldn't pay her nothing.
So they they could get it, but they had to use it.
And yeah, they wasn't worth shit.
Oh my goodness. I did not know that this was like this when they spoke about women's rights. I didn't know
nothing. They didn't allow you to drive or nothing. Now you see why those people was out there marching since Trump been in there, and he trying to turn it back. And this old woman out there said, we ain't never going back. And said, we don't care what you do. Said, we ain't never going back. Said, never, never, never.
That's right.
The main street from my house coming from town, she had one woman. Her husband, he was good looking. He was a partier, had his own business. And that woman, I knew his wife, but she was always a real nice lady, seemed like. And I seen her woman. She met this car coming down the street from us. She stopped that woman. That woman got in that car, and that woman beat her all up down side that road.
For messing with her husband.
Yeah. And when they left, the shoes were still there.
White women would try to fight the other white women, you know, they knew about their husbands on sight.
Yeah, and
Black women had to carry it a different way.
And over in town one night, two of them got in a fight, and he gonna marry one of them and bought a ring. She took the ring off and threw it away. Well, us kids went over and looked for her. We tried our best to find that ring. We wanted that ring. No, we never was gonna be able to afford a diamond ring.
Oh
that
my!
Ring with diamonds in it. We tried our best to find that ring the next day. Yeah.
But they was getting beat up on and cheated on too.
And this one woman on up the hill, not far from us, it was a pretty nice club. It was all white club, like anything else. So this woman was sitting out there on the stool and said, this woman heard she been beating her husband out there. And I was at work, so I didn't know about it. I got home that night. This woman went up and killed this woman over her husband. I swear. Up the street from your house at this new club. I said, you kidding? She said, yes. And she walked in there and pulled the gun out, shot her. She fell off the stool. She stood there and emptied it in her. Yeah, finished it right there. I've been told I had 2 babies in Dallas and was fixing to have another one. And I was told, I got a smirk. He looked at me one time and laughed. After I got on this man about what he was doing, never stay home, help with the kid. He said, ha. They say the best way to keep a woman down is barefoot in the winter and pregnant in summer. I cussed him out. I said, you ain't gonna never keep me that way. I said, I'm gonna always have clothes and I'm get me a job and I'm always gonna have money to take care of myself. Told me if I go to work, get out. And I went up, my mama carried the kids up there. He come and walked in the door in front of mama and said, if you go to work today, so you better not come home. So you better get out. So when mama left, I said, Mama, when he walked out the door, I said, Mama, I'm going to work. And I said, be ready. I said, I'm ready to come in and sleep on the floor, me and all the kids. I have to, but I'm going to work. And I ain't never going to quit. Yes, I meant it.
You said if they have a war, what?
Women against men, women will win.
Yeah, I believe the women will win the war. We got the intelligence. We got the mind, the patience. Yeah. The creativity.
Yeah. We got everything. Like they said, I didn't know what it meant at first. Behind every successful man is a good woman.
You got that right.
When a man's successful, they said they researched and found out there's a woman behind them pushing them up there to be there. Without her, you wouldn't be it.
Ain't that something? Women power. But they had to fight so hard to get white rights.
Yeah, to get that right.
So it wasn't just about, concerned of the white man. Even black women or either
any woman.
White women too.
Women that wasn't wealthy, all women still had to deal with this at home.
And I remember when there used to be no child support. The women said, they go and try to get child support, said they just ignore them. And one girl said, my mama had a bunch of kids and my daddy rode around and drunk every day with a young woman. And said, my mama finally left him. Said, he never did stay home with us. He said, with a lot of sisters and brothers. And said, he just stayed on all the time. And said, she divorced him. Said, she kept going, but she never could get no child support. He said, he would ride up down the street. He had a job making pretty good money. He bought him a brand new convertible. And she got grown almost. Said, he'd be riding up down the street. He said, she would be wanting money for something. With the young girl up, top down, riding around drinking beer every day in front of all the kids and the mama.